You're listening to the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast with Debbie Sasson, episode 152. Welcome to the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Debbie Sasson. I went from being a financial advisor, author, and chronic under-earner to building my business to six figures as a financial planner and money mindset coach, and then onto multiple six figures as a full-time money and business coach. I help entrepreneurs create money-making businesses and build wealth using sales and money mindset strategies and in alignment with authentic Jewish values. Now, let's dive in to today's show. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to be speaking about a topic that is often misunderstood. But I think when you do understand this topic, the energy of money, it is really going to have the potential to completely transform your financial life, both your personal financial life and your business financial life. And I have to say that when I first dove into this world of money coaching, business coaching, I started hearing this topic, money is energy, the energy of money, and it was an unfamiliar term to me. So we're going to talk about all of that. What does it actually mean? But before we dive into that, I want to remind you that today, depending on when you listen to this podcast episode, but it drops on Wednesday, October 30th, and I am giving a masterclass today with my coach colleague, Rivka Malka-Perlman. We're going to be speaking about 3 secrets to making money in your business. So, of course, the energy of money is very topical, but I don't want you to miss this masterclass. So press pause right now on this episode if you're listening to it and go to my website, debbiesasson.com/register and register for the masterclass. And if you can't join us live, I know it could be last minute for you. You can get the replay, but it is so important to understand how to make money in your business and what is getting in the way. I also want to let you know that right after we have this masterclass today, we're going to be opening up registration to the 5-Figure Coach Accelerator. This is a 3-month coaching program, business coaching program for new coaches who haven't yet made $10,000 or $20,000 in their coaching business. And my goal is to help you to grow your business and get some traction, get some flow, cash flow, energy flow. We're going to be talking today about the concept of money as energy powering your business and money as grease or lubricant that makes things flow, makes it go easier. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the 5-Figure Coach Accelerator. When you join in the first 48 hours, meaning until Friday, when Shabbat comes in, you will also be invited to a special workshop that I'm going to be giving called your offer incubator, because whatever your coaching business involves, you have an offer, and I want to make sure it's an offer that can create a $50,000 or $100,000 coaching business for you. So I'm going to remind you again, go to my website, debbiesasson.com/register and register for today's masterclass. All right, my friends, let's talk about the energy of money. And I have to say that when I first joined the coaching industry, I came from Wall Street, as you know. I then moved into financial planning. It's very practical. And I really saw money as a tool. You can use money to buy whatever you want. You can use money to pay for a taxi, for your milk, for your bread. You can use money to invest so it can grow and compound for the future. You can use a credit card, and it's just like a tool. I only saw money as this very practical tool. But as we're going to be talking about today, those exact same activities where money is a tool, money is actually energy. And I didn't get this in the beginning. And so first of all, what do I do when we're anything to do with energy? I go to my husband, who's a scientist. I'm like, what exactly is energy? I know I can look it up. And in fact, I have Googled it. So I know what it says all about energy and science. But basically, energy makes things move. If you think about the gas that you put in your car, that's the energy that makes your car move. If you think about electricity, there's energy behind that electricity and it makes the lights shine. You can think about wind turbines. Again, there's power in that. Money is energy because it makes things move. And for example, when I work in my coaching business, or you work in whatever business that you are in, you're exchanging the work that you do for money. So there is an exchange. Money is that tool, right, that we use to exchange your value. So whatever product or service or skill that you're giving over your energy, you're giving over your time, your expertise, your effort, whatever it is that you come to your clients with, and you receive money. So there's an exchange of energy. And we want to make sure whenever we're pricing whatever it is we're giving over, our services or products, that we have an energetic exchange that's equivalent, that you feel that whatever you're giving over and whatever you're receiving, that you're not undercharging, you're not underpricing, you're not under-earning for whatever it is that you are giving to your clients. So when people say that money is energy, I just want you to think about how you show up for your clients and where your energy and where your expertise and your education and everything that is inside of you, both in your mind and in your body, and everything is just that energy inside of you, and you give that over to your clients and they give you money in exchange for that. So money is a tool, right? I don't want to say that it's not a tool, but there's just so much more behind the money. There's that energetic exchange that you're giving over and you're receiving that money in exchange. I keep using that word. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I think that you get the idea that there's this value that goes from one person to the other, and there's the money that goes from that other person back to you. All right. So that is the sort of energy money tool type of example. But now I want to go more to our mindset, the way we think about money. And you might have noticed there's some people that they just seem to attract money more easily than others. They're people who, life is just harder. They seem to be working, paycheck to paycheck, month to month. Money goes from their hands to their mouth to whatever, is going on. And they just seem to repeat the cycle of living in financial hardship, while other people seem to attract money more effortlessly. It seems that they might even have what we call the Midas touch. Whatever they touch turns to gold. And it can often be the difference between someone who has a scarcity mindset versus somebody who has an abundance mindset. Someone who's in a scarcity mindset is just believing that there's never enough, that they always have to be living very, very skimpily, very, very, small. There isn't enough to go around, and they're always counting their pennies and watching everything that's going on. Whereas somebody who's living in more of an abundance mindset is really thinking that the world is abundant. God is abundant. There's so much money in the world. And in fact, I'm recording this podcast right after our holiday of Sukkot, and we leave our house and we go from our house and we live in these booths in our garden. And for us, we have a garden. So we built these wooden huts in our garden. It barely protects you. My daughter actually had a sukkah that blew down from the wind on the last day of Sukkot, but we are so protected by God. And we talk about the clouds of glory that provided the shade for the Jewish people when they were walking in the desert for 40 years. And there were also clouds of glory that paved the path so that they wouldn't be bitten by snakes and scorpions. And there really is so much abundance in the world, and God is abundant. God owns everything. And that's why we leave our houses on the holiday of Sukkot, to really bask in the blessings, the bracha, the shefa, the abundance of what God gives us. And when you're living in that mindset and you really, really believe it, it's not just something for 1 week of the year, but you cultivate this abundance mindset. It's not something that comes easily, because we live in this practical world where there's numbers in our bank account of the money that we have, or the dollars, the shekels that you have in your wallet, and you can actually see the money. There's something very physical and very tangible. And when the money's gone, it's gone. And so getting yourself away from what you see in front of you and being able to live in the reality of abundance and having that abundance mindset, that's going to create this attraction of money. It's like you have this like detachment from reality of what you see, and that detachment also allows money to flow to you more easily. It's a concept that you have to work on creating. It doesn't come naturally for many, many people. And that's what we just have to keep reminding ourselves, that God owns everything. I mean, we say that in our prayers, that God is Koneh Hakol. He really owns everything, and he can give it to you. Just like he can give it to your neighbor, he can give it to somebody in another town, in another state, in another country. There is no limit, and we really do live in the age of abundance. So that's like the second way that money is energy. Now let's talk about emotional energy, because, and you might experience this in your body, especially if you're living without enough money to pay your bills. You might feel stressed. You might feel constrained. You might feel anxious about money, right? So there's an energetic component to money, and it's often something that we feel much more if we feel like we don't have enough. If we're living in scarcity, living with a lack mindset, but we're also living in real financial lack. And it's harder, I have to admit, it is harder to cultivate that abundance mindset and that feeling of abundance in your body when you are actually living in financial lack. But I'm not saying that it's impossible. Again, it's something that we have to work on and something that we have to cultivate. But if you want to have a healthier relationship with money, you want to notice what the emotional energy is that is coursing through your body around money, around debt in particular, because that's something that can really trigger people's emotions, and it's going to impact their emotional energy around money and the way they talk about it, the way they feel about money, the way they handle money, the way they manage money when they're just feeling so tight about money. And if you're living with more abundance, practically living with more abundance, you just have more and money is easier for you, then you probably will feel much less constrained, less tightness. You might feel openness, expansion in your body around money. There's just going to be an ease and a flow, and the energy is going to be different around money when you have more. But again, I just want to remind you that there is that reality, that there is abundance in the world, and you can access it from wherever you are in your practical reality today. Okay, which brings me to the fourth way that money is energy, and that is the flow of money. We call it cash flow. There is a money flow. Money is meant to flow. And again, if you think about the power of water, and we're talking about money as energy, when water moves, it flows, and it can actually power different processes that happen. You think about dams and you think about hydroelectric power. Water can actually create a flow of energy beyond just the water, but the water itself, I mean, we've just been through seasons in the United States of hurricanes and water and flooding and things like that. So we know about the power of water to actually destroy things and to power things, right? And think about cash flow. We want that money to flow to us and through us. And that there's going to be an energetic component to that. Money isn't meant to be stagnant. It's like if you think about water, when it's stagnant, it's going to attract mosquitoes. It's going to get moldy. It's going to get brackish. There's going to be bacteria growing in there. Money similarly is not meant to just be held and to be hoarded. Think about the energy, the emotional energy in your body, that hoarding, it usually comes from a lack mentality, and there's just like tightness. And as I'm recording this, you can't see me, but I'm actually like holding my hands together tightly. But we want that energetic flow of money to come to you from your clients. Again, we're going to exchange what you do for the money, and the money's going to flow to you, and then you're going to allow it to flow through you so that you're able to access the things that you want in your business and your life. You're going to be able to donate money and bless other people with your resources. And when you allow money to flow through you, you can also take that money and you can compound the growth of your money through smart investing. And that's the fifth way that money has an energetic capacity is when you allow money to be amplified, to be compounded. You allow money to expand and to grow. And that's another way that money, when we're really connected with the energetic capacity of the money and you invest it properly for future growth, you can see, and I love to talk about the stock markets. On average, if you're investing your money wisely in stocks, on average, the stock market is going to go up 10 to 11% a year. Of course, there are going to be years where it's up more, years that it's down, but over the long term, the average return, the average annual return in the stock market is 10%. So you can use your money to create more money. You've probably heard the term, right? It takes money to make money. You can create more value. You can create more energy. If you think about compounding the growth of your money, amplifying the amount of money that you have, right, over time through smart investing, then your money is going to grow and you're going to end up having more of it, which means that you're going to have more energetic capacity from your money because you've allowed it to grow. Now, another way that you can use your money and invest it to compound the results that you have with your money, meaning you take your money and you use it to create more money, is investing in your business. And I talked at the very, very beginning, I let you know about this program that we're going to run, Rivka Malka Perlman and I, called the 5-Figure Coach Accelerator. And we want you to accelerate your business, amplify your business. We want you to use your coaching business to help people. There's going to be this energetic exchange of money. We're going to take your business when you invest in it for growth to amplify the amount of money that you're making in your business. And when you invest money in your business, you learn new skills, you learn new mindsets, you learn new ways of managing money in your business, and that helps you to grow your business. And that is smart investing, which you can do for your personal life, and there's smart investing, which you can do for your business. Now, let's talk about what you need as a business owner to amplify your money, to create more energetic capacity in your business. And there are two very important components. The first is self-belief, and the second component is self-trust. Okay, so self-belief, if you think about the word self-belief, is your beliefs, it's your thoughts, it's the way you think about yourself as a business owner. And when you believe in your capacity, your ability to actually grow your business. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the economy. It doesn't matter if you're newer at business or if you've been in business for a while, but you believe that you can actually get the results that you want in your business. That is when you go out and you actually do the thing that you say you are. And I want you to think about this, all of your history as an individual. We go to school and you learn your times tables, you learn English, you learn history, you learn math, you learn your Judaic studies, whatever it is. And we're always showing up and learning the information that we're taught by our teachers. And then we're taking tests and we're creating results on our tests. And we're not talking about if you got hundreds or 70s or 60s or 80s or whatever it is, but we are used to putting in effort. There's this effort, this energy again, and creating results at the end. And similarly, if you have a business, especially, we're talking specifically about now these coaching businesses, if you've gone out and you've gotten a coaching certification, you also believe that you could learn the material and you could create a coaching business. And now the only thing left is to actually go out and to build that business. Or maybe you have a copywriting business, a web design business, UI, UX, and you have learned a certain skill set. You believed in yourself. You had that self-belief that you could learn the material. And now we want to take that same self-belief, and you have so much evidence that you've created over your lifetime. You could get some results in school. You could get some results in your profession, in your career, in whatever you're doing. And now we want to take that same self-belief and we want to use that belief that you have in yourself and your ability to get results to actually go out there and grow your business. And you really know deep down, because you have so much evidence that you've created over the decades, right, of your life, you know deep down what it takes to succeed. And you know that you can believe in yourself. You might be doing something new in your business if you haven't been doing it for very long. And even if you have been doing it, there's always like a new level and you're up-leveling yourself and you're creating even bigger results in your business. but that belief in yourself that you can actually do the thing that you want to do and create results, that is like number one component of you as a business owner, creating money in your business and having that energy, creating that energy in your business. The second component that we talked about is self-trust. And that is, first we take it from our mind and then we put that into action and we trust ourselves to actually go out and take the necessary steps to grow our business. We also trust ourselves that maybe things aren't going to go the way we want the first time we go out there in the world. And we're going to try something. We're going to put out an offer. I talked about the offer incubator that I'm going to create with the people who join, who like enroll early into the 5-Figure Coach Accelerator. We believe in our offers. We have that belief. And then we go out there and we try to sell them. We talk about them to people. We create webinars. We record podcasts. We take steps forward in our business. And sometimes it doesn't work the first time. Sometimes it doesn't work the second time. So we have to like get feedback from whatever it is that we did. We have to analyze our results, tweak. Maybe there was something that went wrong, something that went right. We want to repeat what went well, and we want to tweak what wasn't going so well. We want to go out there and do it again. We want to go out there and do it again. We want to trust ourselves that regardless of the immediate results we're getting, like we don't need to see that our business is going to blow up straight away, but we're going to keep taking consistent action. And we're going to trust ourselves that we can keep going forward. We're not going to judge ourselves, and we're just going to keep moving and moving and moving. And we're not like feeling again that scarcity that, oh my gosh, I have to have instant gratification. I have to see instant results. But we know that this is a journey and it's a path, and we're going to keep trusting ourselves. We're going to keep believing in ourselves that we're going to take the path forward in our businesses to create more money, to serve more people, to have that energetic exchange, and to create more results in the world. And that's that amplification that happens over time. All right, so we've talked a lot in this podcast episode about the energy of money. And I want to make sure that before we close up that you have some practical takeaways that you can focus on so that you can increase the energetic capacity of your business. So the first thing that I really believe in, this is my sort of financial planner side, but also it's just a very business savvy side, is that I want you to track your money in your business and also in your life. I want you to know where the energy of your business is going. A lot of people, like, they don't want to pay too much attention to their numbers. They judge themselves. My business isn't growing fast enough. I should be further along. I should be doing better by now. Again, money is just energy. It's not judgment. It's not shaming you. We want to be able to not have that, emotional, like beating ourselves up. We talked about the emotional energy of money. The numbers are black and white. And when you're tracking them, your energy is going to go where you're focusing. If you notice that your business is having some financial dips, or maybe you notice your business is having some financial abundance, and again, we don't want to beat ourselves up. We just want to be looking at it as a CEO, as a business owner, be totally grounded, not having these like energetic highs and lows about our numbers. We want to be totally grounded and look at it and just be curious about what the numbers are telling us. So make sure you track your money in your business, both your income and your expenses. Okay, so that's the number one practical tip. If you're not doing it, if you don't know how much money is going in and out of your business, and also you don't know how much money is going in and out of your personal life, I recommend that as well. You want to be working on that. The second piece of advice that I really, really think you want to take on is noticing what your mindset is around money. Like, what do you believe? And it's not just what you believe in your head, but look at your actions, the actions that you're taking, because that is going to be a reflection of your belief. But do you believe, and are you acting on the belief that there is an abundance of money in the world? Do you believe that your business can have an overflow of money, or are you holding yourself back? Are you being tight? And I'm not saying to be irresponsible. I'm not saying, oh, there's an abundance of money. I'm just going to go out. I'm going to spend and the money's just going to flow to me. I believe that the money is just going to like fall from the skies, manna from heaven. That's not what I'm saying. But again, notice the thoughts that you're thinking. It's good for those people, but not for me. oh, they have all the money, but people like me, we don't make money. You just want to start being aware of the thoughts that you're thinking about money. Notice if you think that you specifically can really tap into that abundance of money that exists in the world, or notice if you're thinking that you're going to be one of those people that's always living month to month, paycheck to paycheck. And if you do notice that that is your cycle, then I'm inviting you to choose different thoughts. And you can just tell yourself, oh, I see that this is a habitual thought. I've been thinking it for a long time, and I'm choosing today to think something different, right? We don't have to hold on to old thoughts. We can become aware of what we were thinking. If we've been thinking it for a long time, it's just going to be your habit brain serving you up the same information over and over again. But you want to pay attention to when it's going on and then stop and say, yeah, it makes total sense. I've been thinking this for 30 years, 40 years, and now I'm choosing to remember that there is an abundance of money in the world. There is no shortage, and money is available for me also. The third step, the third practical step that I want to leave you with, that is investing money for growth. People who have an abundance mindset are not just living month to month. They're not just worried about spending money on the next thing. What happens if you're living in scarcity? If you make a little bit more money, people tend to spend more money. I want to invite you to, if you earn more money, and even if you don't earn more money, to invest your money, invest for growth, invest for increasing the energetic capacity of your money, invest your money in stocks, invest your money in real estate, invest money in your business so that you can grow and you can take the money that you have and use money to create more. When you have more money, it gives you more options. It gives you more choices. It gives you more capacity to take care of your family. It gives you more capacity to take care of your future self. And having more money also allows you to donate to people who really don't have. Donate to causes that are important to you. Donate money to, in Israel, we've just been through now like an entire year of war, and our soldiers, and there's also people who have not been living in their homes for a year because they've had to evacuate the north of Israel or the south of Israel. There's so many needs in our Jewish communities. And when you have more, when you've allowed money to circulate and flow and come to you, then you have more to give. And so those are the three practical tips that I want to make sure that you take with you, is that money is energy and it flows and it powers, it moves things. And you can pay attention to money, you can think different thoughts about money, and you can invest your money for growth. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. And I want to remind you that today, October 30th, Wednesday, that's the day this podcast is being recorded, I'm giving a masterclass on 3 secrets to make money as a new or old life coach. Go to my website, debbiesasson.com/register, and I look forward to seeing you live or on the replay. And I will see you next week on the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for listening to the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast. If you want to stop underselling and under-earning and close more sales, you need to clear the limiting money beliefs that are sabotaging your business growth. Head on over to debbiesasson.com/mindset and download my free Money Mindset Workbook. Uncover and dissolve money blocks like hundreds of other entrepreneurs who are now building 6, multi-6, and 7-figure businesses and creating true financial freedom.